talking about Nikki and how we got.
I know we just been going like it's been a good pod.
It's organic.
Word.
I mean, like things are swaying. Shout out to this.
Oh yeah, we gotta have this. Yo, cheers to a great Monday.
But we must. We have to talk about my one night.
That TMR hitting.
You already know.
I like that, Brittany.
That might be the episode. That's the name. TMR hitting. So we gonna talk about your boy? Alright. So
oh wait.
She gotta get her giddy shit in. Anyway.
I love him.
Alright, so
Not as much as I love KD though.
Congrats.
Shout out to KD, man. Brooklyn, we in here.
Yeah, get that Achilles together, bro.
I've been a Brooklyn fan for like 2 months. It's been the best thing that ever happened to me.
Look, Brooklyn, D-Lo made me start watching y'all. I did go to that playoff game.
You did go that you didn't invite me to, but teach us on.
Damn, I slept on that.
Yeah.
It's alright. You didn't get invited then uninvited.
Ooh. Jam.
So we were talking about something. All right.
Boy.
Alright, so. Oh yeah, your boy. Sorry.
Hashtag Team Breezy.
Hashtag Team Breezy. 50 Cent has been going in with recent claims. The man, actually, I don't even know if I should say his name without owning that. So, the guy from Southside Jamaica, Queens, that had that movie Get Rich or Die Trying. There's a couple people in there.
Curtis. Let's call him Curtis. All
right, Curtis. I'm gonna say it in the Cameron version. Curtis. No,
Curtis. Shout out to Cam. He should be in a lot of people's top 10 too.
Cam is
I do remember him.
Cam's top 20. Cam is top 20. Jim
I
Jones is further down. Joel's might be top 40.
I put Joel's over Jim though.
You put Joel's over Jim?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. What was I saying? Yeah. So 50 Curtis has been going on, and he's been saying lately that he thinks Chris Brown is better than Michael. Now, you know that meme that's going on? How can you say something so compelling and argumentative and so
Wait,
like he's got a
which meme though? Are you talking about the SpongeBob?
Yeah, I think it was SpongeBob. Like,
I feel like every
SpongeBob has been SpongeBob is getting his height, yo.
SpongeBob is eternal at this point.
Yo, SpongeBob's for life.
Alright, I'm out.
Yeah. Or I can imagine 50 Cent in the room. Yo, Chris Brown is better than Michael. Alright.
Somebody's like, alright, well.
This is me, bro.
Yeah, so.
With the future, I'm good, love, and joy.
Now, I'm not going front. He makes a compelling argument.
So what is his argument?
Alright, so he's saying that Chris Brown will go out on stage and just do things that we haven't seen. That his ability to hit an audience, his level of performance, and his consistency to make tracks that constantly chart puts him up there in the Mike version. I personally don't think that Chris Brown is there. However, I think Chris Brown would be there if it wasn't for some
unfortunate circumstances.
I don't want to say.
I feel like that's the best way to say it.
Okay, I guess unfortunate.
Yeah,
because
unfortunate makes it sound like he just landed in there. You know?
Yeah, because some of those stuff was self-inflicted.
So let's say some questionable choices.
Yeah,
some questionable decisions of his career
right.
has prevented him from hitting the plateau that he probably should be.
I feel like I should go last because I won't have a whole soapbox.
That's fine. So that's what I think. I think that honestly, if he kept a squeaky clean from "There's never a right time to say goodbye" to "Wishing" and "Deuces" and all that, and this new album Indigo, like I think he would have been fine, and we would have had a real serious discussion.
Now let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Is he better now than he was then?
Yes.
Yeah, so
I agree too.
100%.
Right?
And but I think back then, like the label was controlling what he did. Yeah.
Well, what does that tell you though? He's working harder, right?
That's true.
And I feel like that.
How much songs he dropped? Like niggas want to drop 7 songs on an album, and how much is he dropping?
45. No, sorry, lies. With the Christmas edition, 56.
You know what I mean? So
who knows all 56?
So and how much of those are tough? 56. So what we talking about? I mean, like I'm not gonna say it puts him in a Michael realm.
Yeah.
Like Michael's still Michael has signature shit that Michael doesn't. You know, it's just Michael.
Yeah.
Chris doesn't have that yet. You know? And I feel like he's trying. Every album he looks different. You know what I mean? He doesn't have any fucking glittery gloves and shit. He doesn't have a moonwalk.
He's just doing his hair.
But you know, if you go to a Chris Brown concert, you're gonna be probably the most entertained out of everybody in the world. Like you probably, like say Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like you go to a Chris Brown concert, you're probably gonna be the most entertained. You know what I mean? Like except Beyonce, because she's obviously her too.
What? I would love
Although it's Rihanna over Beyonce for me personally, but like
he can stay now. He almost got kicked out for the Popeyes thing.
But Breezy is like, Breezy's up there, man. Like Breezy, I wouldn't put him in the Michael realm. Michael's different, but like he's close. He's close. And right now, for our generation, he's a top performer after Beyonce.
Okay. So like we were talking about before, and I'm not anyway putting them in the same realm, but I would say what I said earlier that Meg would have to top Cardi before we can even talk about her in the same plateau as Nicki.
Yeah.
If we were to throw a concert, I don't know if you guys remember a couple years ago, Drake versus Lil Wayne concert that they was touring. No, I'm definitely gonna bring it to you. I'm just, we getting our shit out the way. It's like, I know. Get that shit posted, decorated. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she about to put the whole thesis down.
Yo,
I love Chris Brown. You guys don't understand.
I get it. I beg with Breezy too.
So I'm saying like that concert that was a couple years ago, Lil Wayne versus Drake, and it was touring just like that.
Right.
If we were to actually throw a concert of Chris Brown versus Beyonce, who's slapping harder?
Beyonce gonna slap.
Beyonce
slapping harder?
Beyonce
like if I had to choose,
yeah.
And I'm telling you, I'm hashtag I'd go to Beyonce
gonna slap. Bro, niggas is not gonna be in the crowd singing Chris Brown like that, bro. Like it's gonna be.
It depends which Chris Brown though.
Oh, bro, like
which shit gonna get me in there?
Dudes be embarrassed, bro. Like trust me, dudes are not gonna be in the crowd singing Chris Brown like that. But the women are gonna sing Chris Brown, but the women are gonna sing Beyonce harder.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be the end of that.
I think I'm gonna be singing because I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna see him in the concert.
I bang with Breezy too, bro. I'm not going in the crowd and singing Chris Brown,
bro. No, you got to. You just seen a chick there. She's just standing there. Then you just roll up behind her and you just feel a little game. What's the sweet nothings in there? Is your man on the flow? If he ain't,
first of all,
shit, let me know. Like,
you're whispering right into me, and Chris Brown got some songs that could definitely
she
get
ain't
my
trying to
hands
hear
on.
you, Chris Brown. Chris Brown ain't listening. She trying to listen to you.
I literally would be like, Chris Brown has so much better songs that could have got my panties on faster than that.
You gotta sing Poppin'.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, let me take you down.
He has better ones than that.
Man, that's high school for me.
I'm going off the classic stuff. I'm going off the classics.
I'm saying Chris Brown has better stuff than that.
She don't think I would die hard if I do that new stuff.
Nah,
I gotta go way back.
On the new album though, there's a song called "You Like That."
Yes.
What? Girl, I need you to get in the vibe. Yeah, what? Alright, go ahead.
It's all you. It's all you. I just want to know that. Well, I'll just say that if the consensus is that Beyonce will slap harder, then I don't think we can put him in the Michael Jackson because he can't top that. He can't top
that. Michael will top Beyonce any day.
The only person this day and age, I even see close to Michael Jackson is Beyonce, and it's only because like I remember when I was a kid and I used to get scared to watch Michael Jackson concerts, not because of him, but because I would be like, Mom, why are people fainting? Like, I would be scared because I'm thinking, is someone killing people? Like, when they used to have those tapes and people would get, like, carted out by ambulances, and I'm like, why are people fainting? And I'm like 4 or 5. And the only person I can think excites that kind of energy is Beyonce. Like, I've been to a Beyonce concert. And I remember I went to a couple, and I've always felt like, damn, I didn't pay this woman enough. And it's like, I'm cheap.
Damn.
And I would,
that's real.
I'm telling you the truth. Like, I've gone to a Beyonce concert.
You wanted to tip after. Like,
you know. I go, and I felt like I had
10% real quick.
I had okay seats. Like, I wasn't paying, like, top dollar. But even when I had the okay seats, like, Beyonce puts on a show where from the beginning to the end, it's nonstop. And it's like, I've gone to people's concerts where you have a high point, then it kind of slows down. Then you have a high point, and it kind of slows. Like, for the most part, it was good, but you have points where it's like, you could have done better. Yeah. Beyonce, from the moment it starts to the moment it finishes, you feel like it's always high energy. She's on point. The dance moves are on point. Like, Beyonce gives you a show where when I'm done, I'm like, damn, I didn't pay you enough. You gave me everything.
Yeah, you gave me your all.
And I've left Beyonce, like, the 3 I've gone to, and I've been blessed to go to 3. Like, even when she performed with Jay-Z, and I was like, I don't think I would enjoy Jay-Z's part. I've left and been like, damn, I didn't pay these people enough. And I'm poor.
It's the Carters, yo. It's the Carters.
So, with that in mind, I love Chris Brown. I love Chris Brown even when it wasn't cool to love Chris Brown. And the one thing I'll tell you is Chris Brown gives you a lot at his show.
Yeah.
First of all, other than the fact that I think he's sexy as shit. Like, he gives you everything. And his song selections, give or take 1 or 2, that I maybe, because I still don't like X. That album is like, doesn't exist.
Which one is X? Is that the one?
X is the one with Fine China.
I don't even
Okay,
know.
fair enough.
I just know the last two.
Yeah.
Oh no, you gotta do better.
Yeah. The one with
No,
Wall.
I know
yeah.
before. I know like
The one with
before
Wall to Wall
Pretty
and Fine
Rihanna.
China. Those are the ones I
No, Wall to Wall and Fine China.
I think X was like
those are like 2
Transform-
albums apart.
X is probably like
Okay.
Transformers and all that, right? I could transform, yeah.
No, I actually like
X?
that song.
That's X.
No, X. That's on Graffiti.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, those
X
two
is-
albums I didn't like.
X. The fact that you guys don't even know X is like songs on 12 Play, Fine China,
Yeah.
and the song he did with like the Aaliyah background kind of
Okay.
thing.
I did
listened
like
to
the
all of
songs
them.
on 12 Play though. I did like that.
No,
listened to
songs
all
on
of
12
them,
Play is good.
I just didn't like. They just didn't hit for me.
But yeah, X for me is
These-
like the outlier. It's the one album that
Mhm.
Chris Brown did that I literally don't like.
Mm.
Although me and Kia have differing opinions on that.
Shouts out to you.
Cause like that's my Chris Brown junkie. Like
Right.
I'm going to the concert with her.
Right.
Like I love her, and me
He's
and her.
coming to New York.
Barclays Center,
Dope.
September 14th. So anyway,
Enjoy.
That's
Enjoy.
soon.
oh yes, I'm
Okay.
so I'm getting a
That's
whole new. Like I've noticed every podcast I have different hair. I'll have different hairstyle. Chris Brown. So
You gotta do that DMX challenge, yo. Like.
So anyway,
DMX in your top 10.
Wait, what?
Is DMX in your top 10?
top 20.
Hold up. Cause I know he got a place.
Hold on, put my soapbox back
Gotta
on.
have a place.
No,
No?
he's 12. I would
Okay.
give
So
him a
top
solid
20.
12.
I respect 12.
Back on my
I
soapbox.
think he's in my
Yeah,
top
he's
10.
not top 10 no.
He's
No.
my top 10.
Pull my soapbox back up.
Yeah.
So anyway, I do definitely feel like Chris. The only reason I say it is because I feel like you said, he had to work harder after everything happened.
Right.
Because if you listen to his first 2 albums, and actually he and I had a discussion about this, his first 2 albums, that sound, and right up until Graffiti, he was kind of trying to change, but he was so into that bubblegum pop, perfect image.
That was that
everything.
transformation he was going through. I didn't
But
like the middle stage.
But I kind of felt like he wouldn't have done
I
it.
agree with Nick.
Word.
He wouldn't have been able to do it if he had to stick to that whole double mint commercial, Rihanna's boyfriend. There's no way Chris Brown could talk about sex and eating girls out. And
You know what's funny though? Because of that, and then we gave him all that hype when he showed up on that Cake remix, and that's what started it off. When that Cake remix was like,
That
that
Cake
shit
was
was hard, yo.
fire.
Like, yo.
Yeah,
Like,
Cake
Chris,
fire,
like,
Cake
yo.
fire.
and I kind of feel like right after Graffiti and all, like when he had to, you
Yeah.
couldn't rely on, the pop radios are just gonna play me because I'm Chris Brown. He had to reinvent his sound. Like I remember when Fan of a Fan,
Right.
the mixtape came out,
I remember that. Yeah.
and
Tiger,
I
yeah.
loved it, and I was like, this is
Yeah,
Chris
him and
Brown.
Tiger got a weird, good sound. Like,
Ooh,
I don't know why
it
it
worked.
worked.
To me, Tiger's bad. But
Yeah.
he sounds good with Chris Brown.
He
Yeah,
really
I don't
does.
know
Like,
why it worked.
I would
Like,
listen
yo.
to Tyga on his own,
Yeah.
but I know a lot more about Tyga now because I listened to
Mm.
the mixtape, and then from the mixtape on, like Fame
Yeah.
is a different sound.
I don't
X,
want to front on Tiger like that though. Like Tiger's not. I wouldn't say he's bad.
I'm saying for me, it's
Yeah.
like
I don't think he's bad.
I shouldn't have said that. But
He's not
I
for
feel
me.
like
He's
I feel
not for
like
me.
I feel like he makes good songs, but I feel like I wouldn't want to hear Tiger. Like if I'm out, it would be SpongeBob meme if we like sitting at the table and Tiger's like he want to rap right
you're
now.
like, okay.
If we spit something, I'd be like,
But I
You know
know
what I mean?
Tyga
But-
from Chris Brown
yeah.
because I listened to Fan of a Fan the mixtape, and then from then on, like Fame was there's more like Euro beats.
Yeah.
And then you had, that was not the thing, make sure I don't. Then you had Exclusive, which was way more R&B.
Mm.
Make sure I get this right, because I feel like he'll watch this and be like, you're wrong!
Mm.
So Exclusive was more like, no, not Exclusive, sorry.
I can't help you.
So I know, I'm sorry.
Like-
Exclusive, then
The next album.
Graffiti, then Fame, then whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
Anyway, that one was more R&B based. And then it's like every album had a different sound, except X. I don't care for that one. But I kind of feel like Chris Brown wouldn't have pushed himself to do more had this not happened. Where he's like, I gotta do stuff because people are already waiting for me to fail
Yeah,
so they can throw me out.
He had a lot of shit in the beginning. Like,
I feel like
Yeah.
well, he did have a lot of shit in the
yeah, he even had that beef with Neo. Remember that shit?
But it doesn't matter. Like,
Oh,
but
beef
you
with Neo?
didn't think of
Yeah,
Chris
he went
Brown.
over on that Millie beat.
Jared Jack from the Knicks, Neo. But anyway, I feel like I also feel like but Neo's good though. Like
Oh, Neo's
don't get me
good.
wrong,
Neo's good.
Neo's good.
Not as much as Chris Brown, but
But I feel like to me, what changed him is having his daughter. Like after he had his daughter, he was different. In my opinion, like he was after Karuche left him, he had his daughter. he's a whole different dude, and like his music just like
it sounded like he took the music serious at that point, and he was like, "I'm gonna make heat." Bro, like that's what like.
Also, understand
2 albums back to back with that many songs in it.
Yeah,
that's
he's
unheard
just working.
That's unheard of, bro. That's unheard of.
Like, that's just.
And I've heard people be like, I heard people tell me that don't like Chris Brown. It's like, I'm not listening to a 45 track. I was like, if you actually listen to it,
I listened to that shit.
It's amazing.
Several times. Yeah, that's my gym soundtrack. Whenever the album's done, okay, it's time for me to leave.
Like, remember I told you, I think I hit you up and I hit your girl up.
Yeah.
Indigo dropped because I work nights. Indigo dropped. And Google knows me. So Google was like, hey, letting you know, Indigo dropped. Yeah. And I downloaded it immediately. And I listened to the whole album in an hour, 2 hours. And I remember I text my Chris Brown groupie, because she was sleeping, obviously, because normal people sleep at these times. And I text her, and I was like, my heart was pumping. Like, you want to know how I know I love an artist? Same thing, remember I was at your house and Ariana Grande dropped Sweetener?
Yes.
Yes.
Was that the album with Thank You Next?
No. Thank You Next is that album. Okay. Sweetener was the one with God Is a Woman.
Well, I don't know.
Sorry, anyway.
I'm not a huge Ariana fan, but I just know girls go crazy for the Thank You Next.
I've been low key getting Ariana because of who you see.
Because I literally played it.
That was a good album.
When Sweetener dropped, you're talking about when Sweetener dropped. I felt bad for him because I played it in his house all day. You thought I paid rent there. I was blasting it all day, but. The sign of a good artist to me is your song gets my heart pumping. Like if your song can literally make me excited, and I literally there was parts of Heartbreak on a Full Moon where I was like, okay, you talked about the same thing 4, 5, 6 times. Indigo, from the first song to the last song, my heart was pumping.
I think Indigo was better than Heartbreak too.
Much better.
I agree.
Heartbreak is still
much better. And the same thing I felt with Sweetener. Even though I like Thank You Next, Sweetener. My heart was pumping from the first song to the last song. Like, and it's very rare, except for Beyonce. Beyonce gets all of my attention.
And just to jump on this, I'm convinced off of just one song of hearing them together. Well, technically they had 2.
Beyonce and Ariana?
No.
I wish they do a song.
I'm talking about Chris and Drake. They need to just come up.
Yes! Oh my
God! I need a fan with Chris and Drake.
Oh
just
my
stop
God,
playing with me.
Sound good together.
Go take my money.
Like Tiger would fill
Is that your favorite song in the album though?
That is my